OnePlus, they make phones, they make earbud thingies, they make TVs, and now tablets. This is OnePlus's first tablet called the OnePlus Pad after the iPad because it very much looks, it looks like an iPad. That's like a Magic Keyboard. But hey, imitation is the best form of flattery, and maybe this is a heck of a flattering compliment because from what I hear, this has some pretty impressive specs, especially for a tablet. It's got a faster refresh rate, super VOOC fast charging, and a wacky aspect ratio. 7:5? iPads use 4:3. We're gonna get all into that and all up inside of this box. They're imitating Apple in other ways as well. There's the thing. There's the tablet. I'm gonna fingerprint it. It's gonna fingerprint me. There wasn't a peel on here? You guys didn't take it off? So it comes in the box with no peel? That's kind of like half the reason I would pay for a new premium product, and like that's just, okay. Strike one. Look at that back, okay. We got a sort of a greenish, metallic texture thing going on, brushed metal. There's like a circular pattern. With a camera module that big, it's making some big claims. It's like, I'm important enough to be the centerpiece of this entire thing. This camera better be good. Although I will say it's interesting, there's only one camera. There's only one module where normally, or one lens, and normally you get a module with a few different lenses, so on the iPads anyways. I'm just gonna be thinking about the iPad the whole time. Oh, and we just got confirmation that you may have noticed there's some scratches on the back here and on the camera that was indeed caused during testing at labs. We gotta keep Linus out of there. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the product itself. On the very bottom here, we got speakers, 2 speaker holes, and 2 more on the other side, nice. My apologies, I guess this is the top. We had a whole debate about this. Is a tablet upright this way or this way? Stay tuned for the answer. On this side, on the bottom? On the left or right side or bottom, depending on your perspective, we got a pogo pin connector for the accessories that we're gonna take a look at. On the other opposite side of the one that I talked about previously, USB-C connector, a microphone maybe, and the 2 speakers. And on this side, we got magnet connector for the stylus maybe? We'll find out. And 2 volume buttons. We're gonna turn it on, don't you worry, and find out what is inside this thing. I forgot that there's other things in the box other than a scratched OnePlus Pad. Red Cable Club? We got the red cable, the eponymous red cable. USB-A to USB-C, which is interesting, but I guess they need A for the Super VOOC charger? That's a bit weird to see, but this charger is 67 watts, and that is gonna get you a full charge in 1 hour. We're gonna look at the keyboard and the stylus, and then we're gonna turn it on. It looks kind of like Apple's Magic Keyboard. It's called the OnePlus Magnetic Keyboard. Man, that looks like Apple's like font and stuff. Okay. It is floppy. It is not, it doesn't have the structure. Wow, what? So were they lying? On the picture, it's floating there as if it's like Apple's Magic Keyboard, which has like the hard, like the, what do you call that? It's got a stiff hinge. This does not have a stiff hinge. Do you call that stiff? We got kind of like a leathery finish on the back. Do you think that's real? That feels stronger than most. Like it's actually kind of hard for me to get it out of there. Kudos, OnePlus. And then we got the docking maneuver with the big singular hole in the back. Okay. What?
It's floating.
This is so disingenuous. Am I wrong about that? I'm actually kind of weirded out by this. The fact that they show it like this, like throw up a picture of Apple's Magic Keyboard. That's what that looks like.
Lift it up.
Huh?
Lift it up.
Let's see if it's gonna stay there. No. Wow. And unlike, I mean, it's actually worse than both Apple's Magic Keyboard and their regular Smart Folio, which has 2 places for you to adjust, like you can adjust the angle of the tablet. This one only does the one angle and that's it. I mean, it's their first tablet, guys. Give them a break. And so fair enough, I'll take that advice. almost certainly with the OnePlus Pad 2, they're gonna add like some more options there for sure. And lastly, the OnePlus Stylus. That's probably not, ooh, there's a magnet in the, that's cool. I'll give you kudos for that unboxing experience. Normally there's like just like a little indent there, but it just attaches to the magnet. That's pretty cool. You gotta appreciate the good unboxing experiences. The size of it is very similar to the Apple Pencil. It has one flat side, and then the rest of it is perfectly circular. I mean, I probably have seen a stylo like that. Stylo? Why do I keep calling it a stylo? I mean, it's called the stylo, but it's a stylus. They've wormed it's wormed its way into my brain. Nice branding, OnePlus. It's got this nice metallic finish on the end, which gives it sort of a premium feel. There is a touch sensitive spot on this pencil. So 360-degree annular touch area. Annular? What is annular? Anyone?
It's not what I'm thinking.
Bueller? Magnetic charger, ring shape? Okay, annular means like it's a circular. So what, are they expecting me to be like drawing something and then kind of like, this gesture does something. Am I making anyone uncomfortable yet? Well, we will find out. There's so much to find out after this message from our sponsor. Thanks to Secretlab for sponsoring today's video. Secretlab chairs are engineered to keep you incredibly comfortable for long hours at work and play. Their Titan Evo 2022 chair keeps you feeling comfy for longer, thanks to its four-way lumbar support, ultra nice lines of different seat materials, and more. All chairs come with up to a 5-year extended warranty and a 49-day return policy. So head to the link in the description and check out Secretlab today. Are you ready, kids? Disappointing. I'm turning it on, I'm doing it, it's happening. The OnePlus Pad. Does this look like Android or does this look like iOS? So they clearly are trying to look like iOS here with the separated dock. There's a dock on Android, but it doesn't have the background there, the rectangle, okay? Is that okay? For me, there's a lot riding on this because I want there to be good Android tablets. I mean, it's kind of been a sad thing to see iPads become basically like the only tablets that anyone is buying. And I want Android to have some more options. Google has like put more into developing the tablet specific version of Android recently. And so, I mean, well, I guess we'll see if this has paid off. So far, it's looking like an iPad more than an Android tablet, but we'll have to see. One thing I didn't mention is the display is 11.6 inches diagonally with that weird 7:5 aspect ratio. So it looks a bit more landscape than an iPad. iPads are 4:3, as I said, so they're a bit more squarey. This one feels a bit more like a laptop type of, landscape display. And here's the debate. Do you use a tablet like this or do you use it like this? I mean, a lot of people are using tablets just to watch content, which would be landscape. I mean, look at the power button and the volume button. What they should do, if they want you to use tablets like this, they should put the power button there and the volume rocker here. But they don't do that because they're tricking us.
But the logo.
You're right. Jake makes a good point. That the logo is also, the camera and the logo are so, that's just a inconsistency. I'd like everyone, including OnePlus, to sort that shit out. Another couple things about the display, it is a 2800 by 2000 resolution panel, which is pretty high. So I think I want to jump right into the screen tests. And it is 144 hertz refresh rate. I'm assuming that that's some sort of like variable refresh rate like we normally have, but what do? I go to Crab Rave, right? So far, I'm pleasantly surprised. That's really good. Yo! Right? I have not heard tablet speakers on a non-iPad that good since the Pixel Slate. That's amazing. Wow, very impressed with that. I might say other things about this tablet that will be rude, but the speakers have actually blown me away. Nice job, OnePlus. I can't see any like obvious imperfections with the display in terms of color or sharpness. I'm playing this at 4K right now. The brightness, I think it can go pretty bright. So 500 nits, I think, is the max.
And Labs tested it, and that's true.
And Labs tested it, and it's true.
I'm just trying to give you information.
This unboxing has gone from being very critical up front to basically glowing at this point. Oh, let's attach I haven't attached the stylus yet, so let's see how that goes. Ooh, that's very strong. That's strong. It's a strong magnet. That's a strong connection. Not like that e-ink tablet. Do you remember that? I like wiggled it a little bit and it went flying. This is great. Okay, that's a very Apple looking notification thing. Yep. How do we feel? I guess we're just not really like, people don't care that like companies just copy Apple's UI and stuff. We're cool with that. Are we cool with that as a society now? I feel like we used to criticize that, but now it's just like, meh, that's the way it is. These are OnePlus's apps, right? Like that's OnePlus Notes, OnePlus Clock. Yeah, no, I'm just saying because this also looks like Apple. I mean, I'll stop mentioning it, but like it's the color, it's the gray and white, it's the rounded edges, it's the font. All right. So, interesting. I don't really have any complaints about how that feels. Does that have pressure? No, I'm gonna break the screen. Maybe not on this tool, but this is straight up Apple. Okay, stop. Sorry. Yeah, it does have pressure. I don't know how much pressure. I'm guessing 4096 levels of sensitivity. Is that what we're gonna say? I mean, the responsiveness of the stylo seems to be pretty fast there. Settings. All right. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. Oxygen OS. We got 128 gigs of storage in here. Processor is a MediaTek Dimensity 9000 octa-core. That's like the flagship one from MediaTek right now. Apparently there's a Dimensity 9000 Plus, so this isn't quite full flagship level, but it's like, you know. And we got 8 gigs of RAM with an extra possible 4 gigs that you could add on to use as RAM from the 128 gigs of storage, which is, you know, I've said it before, but I love that. That's so cool. Hello? What was that? Huh? That was you?
Yeah, I was talking about how it's dumb.
You don't like it?
Yeah.
Oh, why not?
Because it's gonna wear down your storage faster. Is it actually gonna make anything that much faster?
Well, okay, I'll clarify because Bell's attacking me. It's cool in like a scenario where you're like, oh, I'm doing a million things and you know, for emergency, I just have to add some more RAM. And then you switch it back. I wouldn't recommend using it all the time. Can we agree on that?
No.
You don't want to use it ever?
Never.
Wow, okay. You heard it here first. Do not use this. So we got an 8 megapixel selfie camera here and then a 13 megapixel on the back. And now for the part of the unboxing tablets that always makes me feel like I'm 64 years old. Yeah, okay, so I'm not having the same experience as I did with the speakers. Ready, 3, 2, 1, smile. There's gotta be a better thing for me to shoot a picture of.
Ow, a little rude, but okay.
Ow, gotcha. Maybe that's something. Wow, okay, whew. The finished image looks much better than the preview, which I was hoping would be the case. I mean, you got software doing most of the work these days, most of the heavy lifting, but this is not, I mean, it's not a bad photo. The sharpening doesn't seem too overbearing. I mean, when I zoom in a lot like that, you can see it, but it looks pretty good. Moving on. The stabilization looks good. I mean, it's not super impressive. We are also getting some motion blur during the stabilized parts, but overall, can't complain. Let's check out the selfie though, because this is the important thing. If you are buying this tablet, this Android tablet, to use for Zoom calls or whatever, ooh, that's nice and, hey, I can't change any of the settings once I'm recording, but whoa. You can kind of see slightly different lighting setups. The effect of the lighting changes on my face. I mean, you know, it's not the sharpest thing I've ever seen in the world, but particularly with this really nice lighting, I mean, this could be a YouTube video. Play the audio. I can't change any of the settings once I'm recording, but whoa. I mean, you know, it's not the sharpest thing I've ever seen in the world, Based on how my voice is coming out of the really, really nice speakers, as you should know by now, the mic's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that quality. I mean, you could definitely use that for like Zoom calls, maybe even a YouTube video, as I said. This could launch your channel. I'm not a big tablet mobile gamer, so we had labs do some testing for us, and according to their numbers, the OnePlus Pad is hitting around 60 FPS median numbers in most of the games we tested, except in Call of Duty Mobile, where it hit 93, and then 90 at 5% and 86 at 1%. On our longevity test, it lasted for 16 and a half hours, so I'm pretty impressed. So I think one of the last things that I haven't really looked at is the keyboard and trackpad. Let's bring up my favorite app, the Apple Notes app again, and now I can type. Hello. It's Apple Notes. That's what the app is. As you can hear, it's pretty clicky. Like it's got that nice kind of feedback when you're typing. Even if it doesn't feel very nice, I like that sound. But thankfully, it does feel nice. There's a tactile bump, although it's very shallow, as you would expect. But you know, this is a pretty decent analog of Apple's Magic Keyboard, from what I can tell. The trackpad is interesting because, you know, okay, listen. This is the last Apple comparison, okay? It's the last Apple comparison. The trackpad, the mouse cursor, is like a little dot like it is on iPad OS. And it does not morph to go over different icons, but I bet they would love that. This is, oh, it does! It does morph when you go over apps. It adapts its shape to that. Although I will say this is kind of cool. Like when you mouse over an app icon, there's like a little highlight on the icon so you can see kind of where you are within it. So the tablet itself is $480 US. The keyboard is $150 US, which I believe is the same price as the Magic Keyboard, or one of them anyways. And the stylo is $100. I think that's the same as the Apple Pencil too. So, I mean, you know, at least those prices, you'll be used to those. They feel like home. And it should be available to buy sometime in May. It's hard to say whether that price is reasonable in today's economy when everything is really expensive. But, you know, I've certainly seen more expensive tablets and less expensive ones. It's hard. I'm not telling you what to do. You figure it out. You know, I give them a hard time for copying Apple, but at the same time, I appreciate the level of polish that they've put in. Like it is a copy. They're emulating iPad OS clearly, but they're doing it in a really smooth and well done way. I mean, you can imitate in a crappy way, and you can imitate the way that OnePlus is doing. So, you know, fair enough. If you're gonna try to make it look like an iPad, they done a pretty good job. And you did a pretty good job watching all the way to the end of this video. Hey, thank you. Hey, if you're looking for another video to watch after this one, go watch the tablet review video where I had a much worse time with the e-ink color tablet. I was very angry.